Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 4 of Doki Doki Blue Skies. Last time, we just kind of romanced Yuri a little bit, kind of just pretty much advanced the story. Nothing too serious happening plot-wise. I don't really have any juicy deets. We didn't get any sick panty shots or anything like that. But right now, we went home and we are writing our second poem of the day. And as always, we want to be very Yuri focused because we all know that philosophy is pretty darn epic because of the scars. Oh shit. I'm feeling a bit captive right now, if I'm being ever so honest, because it's kind of frightening how my journey and my determination has just massacred my dream. And it's very heaven sent that my destiny is not sticky, tenacious, and I also really enjoy starscapes because they give me memory, no, intellectual, boop, oh no, Inferno, Eternity, Universe, and Extraordinary? Oh no. Pain. Oh no. We were mostly Yuri there. We only missed 3 or 4, maybe 5. Still pretty good. Anyway, let's get into this. Just a few days ago, I never would have thought that I'd look forward to an extracurricular so much. But here I am, back for another club meeting and anticipating new antics from everybody. The usual scene awaits me as I step into the club room. Hi, Markap. Hey, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. Hehehe. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. Is that so? Well, it's nice to see you so cheery. Anyway, what's new? Oh, I've got some exciting news. What's up? Did you know that the student store sells that new brand of strawberry milk now? I saw when I passed by on my way here. I should have known better than to expect actual news from Sayori. Huh? I don't think I've tried that yet. I don't know, strawberry milk is usually too sweet for me. What? But it goes great with melon bread. Sayori, you could eat a packet of raw sugar and you'd still say it's not sweet enough. Hey, that's an exaggeration. Dude, look at that pout, man. Oh my gosh, she cute. Seriously though, it goes really well with bread. The milk is sweet, but it still has that unique tart strawberry flavor that is eased by the richness of the milk. And when you pair that with fresh bread, the sweetness is spread out even more so that it has just the right amount of flavor. Wow, when did you become Gordon Ramsay? Ha, I'm a food expert, so you should trust me on this. I mean, given how many snacks you eat every day, I don't doubt that you know your food well. I'm gonna take that as a compliment, you meanie. So I'm a meanie for giving her a compliment. Anyway, aren't you hungry now? Talking about food always makes me hungry. Now that you mention it, maybe a little. Great, let's go to the student store and buy snacks together then. Ah, now I see what she's playing at. I raise an eyebrow and Sayori notices. Markap, why are you looking at me like that? Well, Sayori, I have a nagging suspicion that you're only trying to convince me to come because you don't have any money. And you just want me to buy you a snack. What? I would never do that. Oh, really? Then let's see your purse. Huh? Your purse. Let's see it. Ha ha ha. Sayori laughs awkwardly as she pulls out her purse. She opens with it and dumps its contents onto the desk. 2 small coins fall out. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Yes, I am. This little ruse might have actually worked had Sayori not pulled it on me numerous times when we were younger. The amount of times she's managed to trick me into buying her another ice cream. I guess some things never change. Nice try, Sayori. No fair. How did you know? Ha, now when you like to know. Let's just call it intuition. In response, she sticks her tongue out at me. Typical. Oh man, it's been 3 or 4 days since I played this, so sip of Wawa. I'll try to remember Yuri's voice. It's just kind of a very soft-spoken girl. Ha ha ha. Yeah, that's all I got. Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't know she was eavesdropping. That's a great perk in the original Modern Warfare, by the way. Very useful. Looking over in her direction, I catch her peeking over the top of a book. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Markap to let me borrow some money. That's none of my business, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford, you broke bitch. It's shameful to manipulate people into doing or buying things for you. Wow, isn't that a little harsh? I'm only messing around with Sayori after all. Did I just... I didn't mean that. That came out much harsher than I intended. Sorry, I just... well... Yuri blushes in embarrassment, looking away from us while playing with a strand of hair. I apologize for how I've been acting lately. It looks like she still might be a bit ashamed of how she acted yesterday. You know, it's okay to be honest sometimes. You shouldn't always keep you shouldn't always keep things that bother you to yourself. There's no way you could think that after... You were right, though. I shouldn't trick people into buying me things. Funny how your 10-year-old self didn't see it that way. Yuri lets out a small laugh, covering her mouth with her hands. Even the way she laughs is so shy and proper. Is this mischievous behavior something Sayori used to display as a child then? Oh yeah. Although back then I fell for it, time and time again, you wouldn't believe how much candy Sayori managed to con me out of. Wah! Don't make me out to be so sneaky, Markap. Although those candies were so good. I'm surprised, Sayori. Coming from you, I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Hee. Oh, Monica's voice. Water time. Stall. Stall for time. Her voice is just kind of like Sayori's, but just slightly lower and like less perky and cheerful. What's going on here? Oh, nothing much. Sayori here was just up to some mischief. Oh? Yeah, she tried to trick me into buying her a snack. Hey, that's not true! Monica smiles really, and turns to me. I'm assuming this isn't the first time. Well, you'd be right. We all share a little chuckle at that. Well, everyone except Sayori does. Hey, you guys are being really mean. Okay, we're sorry, but you did bring this upon yourself. Yeah, I know. But in my defense, I am really hungry. Well... I could never forget Natsuki's voice. Natsuki chimes in. If you're really that hungry, you can have this if you want. She offers up a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori immediately snatches it out of her hands. Thank you! Sayori hugs the cookie. Geez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasped her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. Oh, you're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez, beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Aw, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Oh, how do I pronounce that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri, Monica, and I laugh as well. Geez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori to quit taking my stuff? Sayori, you know you shouldn't do something like that without permission. Monica scolds Sayori. I know. I'm sorry, Natsuki. But it was so good. Hey! Everyone but Natsuki chuckles. These things happen a lot, Monica. That's more of a statement than a question. These things happen a lot, Monica? A little bit too much, to be honest. Don't worry, it's all in good fun. Good fun is teasing each other from time to time, not stealing food. Oh, calm down. It's no big deal. Humph. Natsuki pouts in her seat. Everyone calms down and quickly returns to their normal activities. Sayori has already managed to finish the entire cookie. Meanwhile, Natsuki gets up and heads for the closet, and Yuri is already lost in her book. Alright, looks like that was a little transition. Hello, Yuri. Hello, Markap. Yuri places the book she was reading down on her desk. I'm not interrupting you or anything, am I? Oh, not at all. Were you hoping to continue reading together? Well, yes, actually. Would that be alright? Oh, of course. Before we get started, would it be alright if I made some tea? Sure. What did you have in mind? Perhaps I could show you. Yuri stands up and drifts towards the back of the room. She opens up to the cupboard and retrieves a glass pitcher. I'll just be a moment. Is that alright? Yeah, take your time. Yuri turns to leave, but then suddenly wheels back. Oh, I almost forgot. There's an electric kettle in the cupboard here. Would you mind plugging it in for me while I'm gone? Sure. See you in a bit. This time, she leaves the classroom for real. She's nervously clutching onto the water pitcher, yet she still appears to make long, elegant strides. It's really quite astonishing to see. She almost looks graceful. Oh, where's Yuri off to? You didn't scare her away, did you? What? No. At least I don't think so. Haha, I'm just teasing you, Markap. Right. That's not really what I'd call a good joke, but I don't argue. Yuri wanted me to make some tea, so she went to fetch some water. I see. Yuri's very proud of her tea set. Has she shown it to you yet? Oh, not yet, no. Maybe you should ask her about it. Tea is a big passion of hers, so I'm sure she'll be happy to talk about it a bit. Who knows? Maybe it'll help you get a little closer to her. Monica giggles. I'm just messing with you again, Markap. At that moment, the door to the club room opens and Yuri walks back in with a full water pitcher. Ah, speak of the devil. Well, I won't keep you any further. Have fun with Yuri. Monica walks away and Yuri approaches me. Is everything alright? I'm sorry for taking so long. You're fine. Monica was just telling me about your tea set. I turned down just a couple notches. A delicate smile plays across Yuri's face. Yes, would you like to see it? Monica must have been telling the truth. She genuinely looks excited to share this with me. I'd be happy to, Yuri. Markap, do you like oolong tea? I don't really have a preference. I'm sure whatever you give me will be fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the electric kettle at 200 degrees. She then begins measuring out tea leaves into a strainer. Monica wasn't kidding. You must really enjoy this stuff, huh? Yuri smiles shyly, blushing slightly. Yes. Besides reading, tea is a passion of mine. A piping hot cup of tea alongside a gripping novel. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Yeah, I guess it does. I have to admit, it's kind of fascinating seeing you be so exact with everything. Hoo hoo hoo. Tea is an art, Markapi. It's a delicate dance where each step must be perfect. Even the temperature of the water needs to be precisely 200 degrees. Really? The tea I make when I haphazardly plop a tea bag in boiling water seems fine to me. But then again, I guess Yuri's making tea with higher grade ingredients. Once the water is boiled, Yuri adds it to the pot and carefully steeps the tea leaves. She hums to herself delicately and pours out a cup for each of us. It's nice seeing you like this. What does that mean? What do you mean? Sorry, I'm retarded, guys. You just seem so relaxed, like you're in the zone. The auto zone. And that brings us to this video's sponsor. Oh, I don't think you're allowed to say that. We are not sponsored by AutoZone here on the Markap Suit channel. Not yet, anyway. I'm waiting for Pet Boys and Orbits to reach out to us, but until then, go grab yourself some water. We are sponsored by good old H2O. Water. Drink it. Because Markap Sue does. Alright, back to the episode. I see. Expressing myself really isn't as hard as I thought it'd be. I'm glad I get to do this sort of thing with someone else. Especially someone as delightful as you, Markap. I'm sorry if that sounded weird. I don't want to make you uncomfortable. It's really okay, Yuri. I want to do all of this with you. It's kind of new for me as well. Maybe a bit of company will make it easier on both of us. Yes. Thank you for being so patient with me, Markap. Yuri really doesn't have much self-confidence. The least I can do is let her be herself a little. Maybe over time she'll grow more comfortable around others. Markap, would it be okay if we sat on the floor today? I don't see why not. Any particular reason why, though? I can rest against the wall and read instead of leaning over my desk. I often have back pain, so it'd be a little easier on me. Yeah, I wonder why she has back pain. Just some mystery. One of the great mysteries of our time. Oh, sure. I don't mind. Thank you. Sometimes it can be a real bother to have... That is to say, Based on how she's acting, I think I can guess what she might be referring to, but confirming that would probably make her feel even more embarrassed. You mean you have a terrible reading posture, right? I can't imagine hunching over your books like that so much is too comfortable. Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say. So, if we were to sit on the floor... Yeah, that makes sense. Let me just get the book. I retrieve the novel alongside a small bag of chocolates. Yuri carries our teacups and places them on the ground, sliding down to the floor. Soon enough, the two of us are in the same position as yesterday, each holding one side of the story. Would it be okay if... Yuri shifts closer to me until our shoulders are touching. Oh yes, her thick purple hair, oh my gosh, her thick purple hair just flops over my arm as she peers over the book. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna coom. I think I like Yuri being a bit more assertive. Here. Yuri reaches over with her free hand and presents me with her teacup. With my teacup, I'm retarded. I carefully accept it, taking great care to avoid her chest as I do. I slowly let go of the book and raise the teacup. Yuri subconsciously moves her hand underneath it to better balance the book between us. Her gaze is completely focused on the pages below. It's almost as if you can see the story being scanned word by word in her eyes. As she continues, I take a sip from my teacup. It has a soothing floral flavor, and it smells wonderful. Yuri wasn't kidding. This really is quite relaxing. ... Once I finished my tea, I take a chocolate from my bag and fiddle with the wrapper. After I've clumsily disposed of it, I pop it into my mouth. I got some chocolates here. Would you like one? Oh, I appreciate the offer, but I don't want to accidentally get smudges on the page. That's a good point. Sorry, I hadn't thought of that. My bad. Oh, it's quite alright. I can hold the book for us if you'd like. Yuri grabs the other side of the book and holds it between us. Before I know it, she's transfixed in the story again. I don't think she's noticed, but her arms resting on top of my leg. Dude, if a girl touches my thigh, like, I'll lose it. Like, I become a wild man. I am not responsible for what happens to the rest of society if I get touched on the thigh. Not only do I become a menace to society, but a menace to myself. I just go into a craze. Anyway, if you ever meet me in real life, touch my thigh. It's very enjoyable. I take another chocolate from the bag and raise it up to Yuri's mouth. Without looking away, she parts her lips. I don't know if she even realizes she's doing it, but she's expecting it now. I have to follow through. I timidly place the chocolate in Yuri's mouth. As she continues to read, she closes her lips around it. Huh? Looks like she just realized what happened. What? Markap? Yuri blushes deeply, looking up at me. Sorry. I wasn't really thinking. No. You were trying to make me feel more comfortable, right? Suddenly I feel really nervous. Yeah. I just thought you might like some... Yes. If that's the case, then I wouldn't mind another. If that's alright with you, of course. Totally. Yuri tries to look back at the book, but I can tell she's unable to focus on it. I can feel my heart trying to beat out of my gosh darn chest. Things have gotten really tense. I reach down and take another chocolate, but this time, Yuri's eyes meet mine. Was this how things were supposed to go? Yuri doesn't look away. There's a soft pleading in her eyes as she blinks slowly. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips. However, this time, it feels a lot more intimate. Her breath is gentle and warm on my fingers as I place the chocolate in her mouth. Oh, it caught me off guard. Almost gave me a fear boner. Okay, Ev. Well, what do we have here? Yuri jolts back. Sorry, I didn't mean to make things awkward. We do need to share poems now, though. Is that okay? Yeah, of course. Great. Get things put away and you can join us shortly. Yuri and I sit there dumbfounded. I guess I can take care of the teacups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. Without another word, the two of us clean everything up. I don't know if either of us will have the courage to bring this up in the future. Easy. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Markap, I'm stunned. How is it possible that you're already this skilled at writing? It was but a day ago that I was trying to give you advice, and now you've already seemed to master it. Perhaps you're a good teacher. I really took your advice to heart and tried to compose a great piece with that in mind. Yuri visibly swallows. She coils a slender lock of her hair around her finger, twiddling it nervously. You thought of me? Sorry, was that weird? No, how do I word this? It's fine. Take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. I'm not used to this sort of thing. Having someone value my opinion like that. I know it might sound foolish, but the fact that I was able to inspire you is incredibly humbling. And I suppose, in a way, it just makes me really happy. Wait, surely you've shared your writing with others before, right? Yuri shakes her head. Seriously? You're really talented, so I would have thought you'd had shown your writing to others. I primarily write for myself. And besides, I highly doubt people would seriously enjoy my writing. Do you really think that? Yuri nods solemnly. You really haven't shared it with anyone else? Not even your close friends? She don't got any friends, man. Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, could I look at your poem now? Yeah. Yes, of course. If you really want to see it. Take a little water break here. All ready to go. This poem is titled Resist. A whimsical, tiny... Okay, in my defense, my blue light filter is just blasting right now, so everything's kind of blurry. It's also in cursive. A whimsical, tiny something friend. E-R-I-S-E? What is that first one? Whatever. Sleeps along my amber bookends, dreaming about, is that Sanquin? Sanquin Day? Where mist, slender lampposts play. She beckons me, her hand extends, piercing pupils, steadily end, maybe? Rend. Azure channels bend and twist, cautiously held above the wrist. However, she finds her advances shunned, always crackling, always stunned, never able to draw the lance across my arm. She's never danced. Perhaps it would be for the best if I laid her down and fondle her breast to rest. Whilst I haven't given in to painful pleading from within, I think that it might be smart to save the song of fumbling hearts, lest tears make me dizzily fall and answer her violets, her violet something call. Okay, that's sorry, Yuri. You can't be using cursive like that. I felt a bit guilty after yesterday's argument with Natsuki. I wanted to experiment with my style a bit more. Hopefully it's not too confusing. No, it's fine. Even if it's a bit more involved than yesterday's, I still like it. I'm noticing a lot more symbolism as well. I don't want to assume anything, but the tone of this poem, I'm not sure how to describe it. Yes, I really wanted to test my abilities in creative expression. I didn't go too far, did I? No, it's really good. I just don't know if I'm good enough at this to deduce the meaning. If I had to explain it, I'd say it's about a closely guarded secret. I imagine everyone has a little something like that, something they're forced to keep to themselves for fear of ridicule. It's nice to be able to write about that sort of thing every now and then. If it's something you enjoy doing, shouldn't you write about it more? Well, it's not that simple. It's something I'm uncomfortable talking about. I'm not sure people would understand. If anyone were to find out about it, well, I guess as long as it's not hurting anyone, people shouldn't pry. Do you think so? Sorry, I was just thinking of something. It's a good point, though. The best I can do is try to embrace my own weirdness, right? Otherwise, I think I'd hate myself. Sorry to keep you so long. Thank you for allowing me to ramble. There aren't many people in this world like you, Markap. When I share my writing with you, I feel like you genuinely care about what I have to say. It's nice having someone who listens. That might be a bit much to say, wouldn't it? It's just, I'm not really used to it. I rarely feel comfortable about my writing, let alone with the idea of sharing it. But with you, it just feels so easy. It's nice. Thank you for helping me with that, Markap. It's nothing, really. Yuri shows me a genuine smile. A newfound sense of self-confidence seems to sparkle behind her eyes, if only just for a moment. And Monica. Hi again, Markap. I'm trusting the club's been doing you well. Same answer as yesterday. Hee, that's nice to hear. So, how's the writing going? Alright, I guess. Just alright, No, I guess I should say that it's revolutionized my world and brought color into my previously lifeless, life. Well, I say that, but the club, if not the poetry, really has made my days more interesting. Okay. Can it with the sarcasm, mister. At least you're not hating it though, right? Nah, it's been an interesting experience at least. It gives me a new hobby to do. I'm happy that you're applying yourself at least. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. Haha, I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright. I can see that you put in some good effort there. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is even better than the last one I read. It seems like you've been finding more inspiration in Yuri's writing style too, right? You could say that. Although, it's more like I admire that kind of writing style in general, rather than Yuri's specifically. It's okay, Markap. I won't judge if it's otherwise. I don't know what you're thinking, but I'm sure that you're wrong. I should probably think of a way to change the subject, fast. Anyway, about Yuri's writing style. What do you think about it? Given that I wrote in a similar style, I'd like to know your opinions on it in general. Well, I guess I'd say that her poems are the most romantic. But hold on, Markap. Have you not seen her poem yet? Yeah, I did read it. Do you notice anything different about her style today? Now that you mention it, she used a rhyming scheme today. Yep, that's right. It seems like Yuri is paying more attention to rhyme and meter now. I don't think I really have to tell you this, but before she was really into free verse and less conventional devices. But now, she's really going back to poetry's traditional roots. I wonder what Natsuki thinks about this. Ha! Have you seen Natsuki's poem today yet either? No, why? Why don't you ask to see her poem yourself? But I don't think that Natsuki knows that Yuri's is changing herself yet. Huh? I see. Honestly, I'm worried that Natsuki is going to do something she'll regret one day and can't take back. That sounds really ominous. Sorry. I didn't mean to bring the mood down. It's just that the president's job is to worry about the well-being of the club members, you know? Yeah, I get that. That's pretty responsible of you. Huh? It's all part of the job. Anyway, back to Yuri's poetry. Although the literary devices that she incorporates are different, her overall themes and tones seem to be still similar. Her previous work actually reminded me a lot of the poet C.K. Williams' poems. C.K. stands for cock and cock with a K. Although she's departed from writing in a similar style, the depths of their themes aren't dissimilar. In Williams' later work, he wrote introspective poems that were very descriptive. That does sound pretty familiar. Anyway, he's a pretty distinguished poet. So your takeaway message could be that this sort of style is pretty well liked. Well, you have to be a good writer too, of course. Alright, thanks for the lesson today, Miss Monica. Haha, I guess I do sound a bit like a lecturer sometimes. If this style is popular, I guess I can start getting ready for fame and fortune. Monica rolls her eyes, although she can't suppress a smile from breaking through. But in the meantime, you want to show me your poem now? I think it's about time we let your poem shine. Sure thing, Markap. I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Before that, let's have a sip of water. Pressurized is the name of the poem. I float there in vast, hollow emptiness, large but small, grandiose and overwhelming, yet a dust mote, drifting, meandering, carried along in endless void. But then I realize my eyes open, bloodshot. My mouth opens, gasping for breath in this, crushing, suppressing, restraining, boundless, everlasting, suffocating vacuum of torment. Atmosphere, Pascal, Tor, screaming with no mouth, stretching, restraining, unrelenting, clawing with no nails, disintegrating in a suffocating poem of absence. Oh, this is kind of fucked up, Monica, I ain't gonna lie. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? Really, free form too, if that's what you call it. Hahaha, I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. I thought that. It's just a kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. The other girls don't do this stuff nearly as much as you, at least. Yeah, you could say that they're a bit more traditional when it comes to their structure. But I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote those lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. It fragments everything and leaves a dissonant tone with the reader. I see. I guess that there's a lot of things you can do with this poetry. Definitely. Poetry is very much an art form. You're meant to craft poems using never-before-seen combinations of words to interpret the world around you. You really love poetry, huh? Maybe you should write a poem about poetry someday. Haha, that's not a bad idea. Anyway, it's still hard for me to tell what your poem's about. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be an abstract as physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So, putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? Now, we've all had to experience that at this point with the poetry discussion and all, but it can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. If you find other people who enjoy writing, though, then sharing becomes a lot easier, because instead of just telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad, they'll want you to focus more on everything that went into it, and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. Yeah, it definitely is more helpful getting real criticism and feedback rather than just empty words. I guess I've really just hit the mother lode with the literature club. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Yeah, that seemed like a gosh darn mouthful. Natsuki's gonna destroy my voice by the end of this, so sorry for now. Oh, I really like this one, Markap. Better than yesterday's, huh? What, that was me. Better than yesterday's, huh? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. Hee hee. That's not very helpful, you know. Sorry. I'm probably not the best person to get feedback from. Monica once told me it's impossible to really rate a poem because they're so subjective. So I just judge poems through my heart. I guess I look for how the poem makes me feel. I hope that helps. Sort of. I guess some feedback is better than no feedback, right? Right. Speaking of feedback, do you want to read my poem now? Sure. Bottles is the name of the poem. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends, each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way, down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams, friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper, my fingers go. Like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done, I open up, and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's schizophrenic. But that do be pretty epic though. I ain't gonna lie. Wow, Sayori. I didn't expect this at all. Did you really write this? Of course I did. Remember I said I'd write the best poem ever yesterday? Well, here it is. After all, Monica has taught me a lot. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. So that's what this poem's about. I suppose that much was obvious. Unlike Yuri's or Monica's poems, Sayori's are relatively simple to figure out. So, if I've interpreted this correctly, you're basically doing everything you can to keep your friends happy. Yay, you got it! I really enjoyed writing this one. Just getting your thoughts out onto paper and turning them into a poem, it's like magic. Well, I think it's amazing. You should really be proud of it. Ha! Thank you, Markap. That means a lot. I didn't think it was that good, though. Nah, it's great. Seriously. I can't help but notice that the latter half of the poem isn't quite as cheery. In fact, it's somewhat alarming, a very dark contrast from the cheeriness I'm used to with Sayori. Although, maybe I'm looking into this a little too much, but the end of the poem is pretty dark. And you said you've been in touch with your feelings recently, so I'm just checking. Is everything okay? Of course, silly. I forgot to tell you, I really like writing about bittersweet stuff. Stuff that isn't just happy or just sad. A mixture of the two. And this poem shows what I mean. It's just my writing style. Okay. That makes sense, I guess. Well, either way, I'm glad you're enjoying writing so much. I hope you keep it up. Good to have a hobby. Of course, and hopefully you also stick with it. So I look forward to seeing all the poems you write in the future. Well, no guarantees there, but just from seeing the passion in Sayori's eyes, it's hard to be pessimistic. Last but not least, we need some water for this one, boys. And girls, because there's probably 1.25 girls who watch these videos. And I'm guessing. Well, it's better than your last one. But I still don't like it. It's trying too hard to be serious. Huh? What do you mean? Poems don't need cryptic and deep sounding to be good. It'll just sound super dumb if you don't suck at it. Honestly, don't try to write like this until you're on Yuri's level. Natsuki pauses as if she's just realized something. Oh, don't tell me. You're just writing this to impress Yuri, aren't you? What? No, I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm just writing. Yeah, writing exactly how Yuri would write. She would love crap like this. This. You know what? No. Natsuki shoves my poem back at me. I don't want to do this with you anymore. If you wrote a poem for someone else, don't show it to me. Well, that just happened. I guess this was destined to happen. I never really understood what Natsuki tries to get out of me. At least she wasn't the girl I was trying to impress. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? Actually, Natsuki and I haven't shared yet. Uh-oh. I can feel a storm coming on. Yuri hesitantly approaches Natsuki, who isn't meeting her eyes. Is she still angry with Yuri? It wouldn't be out of character for her to be. Although judging by Monika and Sayori's anxious expressions, I feel like something else is amiss. So, Natsuki, if I may... How about we do this tomorrow instead? I'm not, feeling well. It's my time of the month. I can practically see Monika internally facepalming. Natsuki must have forgotten that the club isn't all girls anymore. Is that so? I'm sorry, you must feel absolutely terrible if you can't even share your poem today. You don't need to apologize. It's not your fault. I can definitely share tomorrow. Well, even if you aren't well enough to share your own poem, would you like to see mine? I, wrote it thinking of our argument the other day. I suppose that I wanted to show you that I'm more open-minded than I may have appeared. As a way of repenting. I know it's not that much, but hopefully this can contribute to reconciliation between us. Although we may have our disagreements, I would like to consider you a friend. And friends forgive each other. I'm sorry if that's presumptuous of me to say. No, it's not presumptuous of you to say. Because I'd like to consider you a friend too. So, you can hand over that poem then. With a shy smile, Yuri hands the sheet of paper in her hands over to Natsuki. As Natsuki reads the poem, her eyes widen. You're writing using rhyme and stuff. Like me. You could say that you convinced me to practice adding more lyricism to my poetry. Natsuki looks like she's speechless for once. Thanks, Yuri. It's awesome. There's really no need to thank me. Well, I'm really glad that I got to know you. And I'll definitely have something that'll knock your socks off tomorrow. Then I'll be looking forward to that. I do hope that you feel better tomorrow as well, so that you would share your work with me then. Yeah, of course. That was a crisis and a half avoided. I'm really glad that Natsuki and Yuri worked things out, and it seems that Monika and Sayori feel the same way. It's good to see everyone getting along. Oh, that's Monika's voice. It's good to see everyone getting along. Now that we are done sharing, though, I have something to discuss with you all. There's a great opportunity for expanding the club that's coming up. Is this about the festival? You could say that. Do we really have to do something? It's only a few days, so it's not like we'll be able to come up with anything good. Yes, that's something I'm concerned about as well. With such a little time to prepare, I doubt we'll be able to put together anything good enough to attract new members. Yeah, we'll just end up embarrassing ourselves. Oh, don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? Nothing more than a few decorations. I can design some pamphlets to hand out at the events, and Sayori made posters to put up around the school. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. We're going to put on a poetry performance. A what? Monika, everyone's going to choose one poem to recite out loud. It doesn't have to be written by you, as long as you put your heart into the recitation. There you go. Although, of course, it'd be great if you could show off your own work. And the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite their poems too. Yeah, I put a thing on the poster that says bring your own poems. It's gonna be so cool. Sayuri pulls a poster out of her bag and holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? Don't tell me you started putting these posters up already. Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, you didn't even ask us before you started advertising. We never agreed to stand up in front of a bunch of random people and perform our poems. I agree with Natsuki. I could never, in my life, do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys. Yes, let's please calm down and take a moment to think about it. I understand that you two haven't had much experience sharing your poems out loud. In fact, we all haven't done that much. But I still think we should try our best. Look around. Monica motions to all of us. We're all here because we have passion for literature in this club. Don't you want to share that passion with other people? To inspire them to pursue their inner writer? Yeah! It's all about exploring yourself and trying new things, all while having fun. Monica and I nod our heads in agreement. Natsuki and Yuri, on the other hand, remain silent. Guess that means it's my turn to say something. I mean, I don't think it's that much to ask. As Monica said, we're all here because we care about the club and want to see it flourish. And if all that means is a 2-minute poetry performance, then I think we can manage. Sayuri and Monica's face light up as I finish speaking. Hey, it isn't like we don't care about the club. It's just, do we really have to perform? You know how hard it is to get new members. It's because people are just narrow-minded jerks. They don't even give literature a chance. Who's to say this festival will be any different? I'm inclined to agree with Natsuki. I'm sorry, Monica. I know how much you want to do this, but I just can't imagine performing in front of a crowd of strangers. Well, at least Yuri and Natsuki have proven they can agree on something. Monica sighs, her eyes closed as she rubs her temples. Look, guys, I know you're anxious. I understand that. I really do. To be honest with you, I'm a little bit nervous myself. After all, it's my club, so people are going to judge me the most if our performances doesn't go well. Natsuki, if it makes you feel any better, a few of my friends will be coming along. They're lovely people. They won't judge you for your taste. I've known them for a few years. Trust me. Natsuki huffs, turning away. She doesn't look particularly convinced. And Yuri, I know it's a scary thought, but I've thought of a way to ease you into it. Why don't we start by practicing our poems to each other in the club? No way! Monica! This is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poems in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? But... Monica, there's just gotta be something else we can do. Yuri nods vigorously at Natsuki's words, anxiety written all over her face. But guys... No, sorry, it's okay. If you guys really think we can do better than a poetry performance, then I'll gladly go along with an alternative. So, any ideas? An awkward silence fills the room. We all glance at each other anxiously before Sayuri finally speaks up. Ooh, we could... Sayuri stops and thinks to herself for a moment. Wait, no. Never mind. That wouldn't work. Once again, the room falls silent. Well then, I guess we can't come up with something different at all. Haha. Monica laughs, attempting to ease the tension in the room. I know you guys might not be the most on board with this idea, but I think it's our best option. Please, guys. Please? Can you stop pressuring us? I'm honestly surprised Natsuki's putting up such a resistance. I knew she was a little hot-headed, but even still. I'm not pressuring you, Natsuki. Both of them have raised their voice. Yuri looks a little startled, and Sayuri looks anxious to intervene. Wah, guys, please, there's no need to get angry. Can't we just discuss this normally? Monica reflects on Sayuri's words, looking a little ashamed of her outburst. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to raise my voice. It's just, this festival is important to me, that's all. Ever since I created this club, I've always wanted to show other people. Natsuki, Yuri, I imagine you were both a little apprehensive when Markap joined, right? After all, he was an unfamiliar face. She smiles warmly at me. But look, he's integrating really well. Yeah, he's a little retarded, but he's made the effort to get to know us and our individual writing styles. She turns to Yuri. And Yuri, remember at the start when he asked you for a book recommendation? Yuri nods and Monika shoots her a knowing smile. Must have been lovely being able to share a book you're so passionate about with a new person, right? Yes, it was enjoyable discussing it with you, Markap. Yeah, likewise. It isn't something I normally read, so without you it would have gone by unnoticed. See, guys? Maybe we'll find more people who are just as into horror as Yuri. More like-minded people. Now come on, tell me this isn't an appealing idea. Yes, of course, but really, my biggest issue is with the actual performance aspect of the festival. Well, like I said, I know it's a scary thought, performed in front of a bunch of strangers, but trust me when I say I have full faith in you. In all of you. Your poems are amazing, guys. I just know people will love them. It's almost criminal not to show them off, haha. So what do you guys think? For me. For us. Oh, fine. I still don't think this is a good idea, but fine, I'll do it. Just stop guilt-tripping us. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. And you, Yuri? Yuri nervously glances at each of our expectant faces. But, Monika, what if people start, being inconsiderate and disturb us, or laugh? I'm not surprised Yuri is worried about this. Oh, don't worry. If anyone steps out of line, I'll put a swift stop to that. She has a stern glint in her eye, and I have to repress a shiver. I'm glad she's with us. Yuri looks somewhat relieved, but it's clear she's still worried. She swallows and nods. I suppose I don't really have a choice, do I? I shake my head. Okay, I'll do it. Yay, that's everyone! You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. I know you'll do great, Yuri. Just trust me. But anyway, let's move back on to the main event. While we have time, I want each of you to choose a poem of yours to practice reciting in front of each other. Yuri and Natsuki exchange uneasy glances but don't say anything. Don't worry, I'll go first so everyone feels a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Haha, of course. Now let's see. You know, I just looked at the time and it's been like an hour. I didn't even realize this kind of got lost in the game. I'm going to call it an hour episode. I think I'm going to call it there, fellas and potential lady fellas out there, femboy hooters. Relevant meme, am I right? I'm more of an Outback, tomboy Outback Steakhouse myself. But either way, thank you for watching. This is a very long video. If you made it this far, comment mango. No. Comment guava. Wait, no. Comment papaya. You can spell it papaya. And go ahead, comment that down below if you've made it this far. And do me 4 favors. Like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, help me find a girlfriend. And bye-bye.